Hello everyone. I'm trying to change the setting here, so I hope you like this new changes that we've done here. So, well, you can see the picture, and then I'm working after this straight on. Well, let's see that complex picture. Let's see how can we, all of us, simplify this beautiful model here. Okay, we have that cowboy in color, like you will see it in real life, and see it, and how can we work on it and design it or draw it. Well, we have a beautiful portrait here. He looks quite intimidating in a way. Let me see, can you, if I'm not getting, I hope I'm not getting on the way, but if I'm getting, you will see the end of the picture. You will see at the end of the picture, you will see the whole thing basically. So I might get on the way with my head and this, but it's not another way of doing it, so bear with me. We have the hand here, and thigh, kneecap here, trousers here, and then his boots, and there we are. Tip of his foot, tip of the boot. Now, okay, from kneecap going straight up. So you got the line there. Let me get maybe what I'm thinking, a brush. Let's have a very, very typical brush, so I can show you what I'm actually thinking. Okay, so let's see. We have from the head coming down to his kneecap. Huh? We've done that many times. Head coming down, and that's his kneecap here. And head down, that's kneecap. Then you have shin, his boot. I mean that area here, which is his right thigh, and that shadowy area here. That's a dark block there, so let's do that. So we have that thigh here, and then this is where the two parts of it, so you have the right thigh and the left thigh, and his jacket, hand, boot, as I said here, and then now where does that go? Where this boot goes? So we have that 45-degree angle. No, no, 30 degree. Sorry, 30-degree angle. So let's say at 30-degree angle, which you have that boot here, tip of his boot, and then you have shadowy part, and this is this one here. I'm here now. I think this helped most. It's a better solution, this for the drawing, so you can actually see straight on. Or we'll see the feedback from you. And a little bit wider here, wider. Shin, boot. There we are. And then his hand is actually here. Yeah? See, that's roughly. If I drop a vertical line, you will have the hand here, and his shoulder, so hand, it's all in dark, fingers, small one, ring finger, middle finger, and then his thumb, which you do have that look at that dip here on the thumb, you see. These are live models that I see. Well, it's live actually. If you press the play button, he starts moving, the image starts blinking, so it's live there. But I've just screenshot it, not screenshot, just stopped it, so we don't have to play the video, because it gives you only 5 minutes for this one. Can you believe that? 5 minutes. Huh? Yeah, but it's an exercise, obviously. They know that you cannot finish it in 5 minutes, it's just an exercise. So look at that. This shoulder stands up a lot higher than this shoulder. So we've got that shoulder here, and then what I think I should do is move that part of his hand, which is here, move it a bit further out. Shoulder, because he's got really wide shoulders. Huh? The width is really substantial here. So let's get that width moving up here. So that shoulder, as I said, stands higher than this. And this is what I'm trying to do here. And where that stands, I mean the kneecap here is right in the middle of his rib cage. So you see, that's my mistake here, is that rib cage, so I should raise this a lot more, this one. You see the kneecap, and further out here. And then move the whole thing a bit forward. Okay. Now, folds that we have here. Well, there are 3 folds, 3 major ones. One is the major one, 2, this one's on this side here. So slightly a different approach to it. 1 moving this way and 2 that side. Now you've got more than 2, but let's take 2. That's enough to simplify. The simpler the better. And a little bit more thicker thigh here. I think further up, not down. So move the thigh a bit further up. And obviously his belt. Look, the belt is at the same angle, or the same horizontal line as his hands are. So look at that. See? The belt is here. Which means something wrong here. I need to bring, yeah. If the belt is here, where the hand is, or maybe the hand is too high up on me. That could be the case, because if I bring the belt here, I have a lot of crotch area here. So I think the belt should be here. And then by doing that, I can move the hand down, and that's more of an acceptable change than bringing the belt up here. And then hand, as I said, right here. And thumb, pistol, and a bit of a shadow here. Can you see it all? That's it, you can see it. Good. I think the shoulder needs to get a little bit lower than that. This shoulder. Or I'll leave it there. What I can do, I can raise the other one. You see, instead of bringing that down, I think that's okay where it is. But I could go and bring that up. This one here. And that will give me a little bit more face as well. I need to increase the face in size. Head, not face, head. Well, first of all, let's see. Again, let's check this out. End of his face, bring it down, 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 and it goes straight to his his kneecap. Okay, so that's it. I need to move the face back a little bit. Look, if I keep the kneecap where it is, sorry, keep the kneecap here, and then bring the face, and then move the face back here. That line of his face. Neck, and then you have hat, kind of a cowboy. Well, he's a cowboy. Yeah, that's it. And move the face back. The portrait here, well, look at the highlight. The darkest dark is the nose. See, the nose. Then you have the shadow of the hat on his face. And then a mid-tone. So, again, the nose, got the nose here. That's the most prominent feature there. Eyebrow, eye, and bit of a chin. So the very, very prominent chin, this guy. And slightly move at shadow here. There we are. And from what I see, this line is the most darkest one, which is underneath his cup. Hat. And nose, spring there of his cigar, a real character. Eye needs to go and get at the same angle as the small eye, as the other eye here. So, and then a little bit of shadow where the hat creates a cast shadow on his face. Okay, I don't see the end of the cap on the hat, sorry, but it's something like this. Okay, a little bit softer there. I mean, I could add a lot of background here. Do you see that? See that shadow, or the background just goes right, and you have that beautiful background, which it will help me and you to bring the figure forward, but not too dark and not everywhere, because then it becomes. So yes, I'll extend it here, but not further, not a lot more on the right. I would keep it there. I'll keep it here, and then so what I'm thinking, this is like a cylinder here. That cylinder here, you can stretch it, and instead of making it wider, what I need to be, well, I'm thinking of getting that line, trying to get that as correct? Not correct, that's not the word. Well, get the angle of it. Get the angle as much as we can. So you have the angle of his upper arm. Then you have his wrist. And his shirt is being wrapped up here, and you have the half tone around here. That's the cylinder. This is here. I'm right here now at this stage, and then get those darks softer, because this is see. You also try and see the darkness. I mean, this is a lot darker. His trousers are a lot darker than his shirt. So try and keep the shirt or his upper blouse or what he's wearing lighter than his trousers. As I said, his belt, thigh. Let me see. Soften it with a brush. This is a 20 size mid brush. It's not too wide, but it's not thin either. It's a mid-size brush. We have this jacket wearing here. And half tones around here. There we are. Well, actually, it's a mistake because I should have treated that. Look at the folds, they come this way. So from left to right. So you got left to right. Oh, you have the folds of his shirt there. And his red scarf. Obviously we cannot make it red because we're black and white, but get the tonal value, which is darker. Actually, the tonal value of his scarf is darker than here. See, not darker than that, not darker than this part of the trousers, of his trousers, but here. So darker than that. Okay, let's do it. And also get some, a little bit of dark. Look, this is also darker than the scarf. So you see you have so many half tones here, which you need to be aware of. This is darker than this part of the scarf, but not darker than that, or probably the same value. But then lighter, it's lighter there. But then it gets darker here, and less dark here, and brighter here. And you see, these are things that we need to keep an eye on constantly. And obviously it's not a nude, so nude has its own difficulties. This one has, the most difficult part on this is just to get those tonal values as close as you can to the real, to the source. Okay. And squinting my eyes and seeing this dark tonal value, which is the cast shadow of his elbow. Okay, and keep going here. Here we are. Now, what I think I need to do here is to make his forearm a bit longer. Yeah, this one. So bring or extend that. Yeah. And then finger, see? And then his index finger, which is on the pistol. And then keep it, look, squint your eyes and see, highlight, highlight, darker. So that's how you will have to decipher this. Because otherwise it will be a lot more complicated to see each and every finger. So it's half tone and light. So half tone, which are the fingers here, and then light. And then that light will be seen a lot more if I darken the background. Forget about the pistol. The pistol is just there to you don't have to pay too much attention on the pistol, just a metal thing. Now boot and tip of his boot is on the top of a stool or metal bit that is here. There we are. And also he's sitting on a cube. Well, we just need to get these two lines really, just to bring something there that he's, you know, he's stable and he's comfortable. Sitting on a stable sort of stability as a pose. Alright, okay, let's get the computer back. Okay, here, dark, 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 dark. On the cube here. So you see I'm keeping that light area here, which is this one. Although I do have a shadow there, but I don't want to confuse it. I don't want to put that shadow here in the middle. That would be too much. We have enough. So I'm ignoring that. I don't think it's a necessity. There. Sorry. But what I think is necessary is to give it a darker tone here on this side, because obviously you have the light coming this way and you have dark here. And the shadow this side. Now, let's see where's the middle of the whole image. So top of the hat, tip of his right boot, the middle looks to me this somewhere here. So from here till there, I think the middle is somewhere there. But let's check. Again, we know how to measure. We've done it many times. So I'm closing my eye and I'm placing tip of my brush and tip of my thumb from here, tip of my brush, and with my thumb I'm coming here. So what I'm doing from far away is this. You see, it looked to me that that was the middle, but I think it's a bit further up than that because the top of the hat is there. So let's do it again. So tip of my brush and tip of my finger, which is movable, up, up, up. That's it, it's there. That's what I said earlier on. So let's check it. 1, 2, no. So that means I need to move. So tip of my hand, index finger, that's too short. So if I move, well, that's the crutch on me. So if I move the finger, my index finger here, that's better. See? And then that's better. So the middle is here, which means I can now, and the middle was there. It's there. So it's just at that light area. So I can now try and get this shadow here. Dark, dark, dark. You have the folds of his trousers. Folds again. And then you have that light area here, which is this. I'm talking about this. It's there. And then you have the knee cup here. Now a bit more putty, and you have a highlight here. And then what I'm missing here is his boot, which now comes down here. You see how short that was? His heel. Well, there's an angle to this, look. It's like a 10-degree angle, or 5, or 7, or 10, something like that. This is almost vertical, although it's not vertical, that's vertical. See, this is a perfect manufactured line, but this is organic, so they cannot be like that. So it's slightly bended, and this is even more bended. Always take it from the angle of his heel. So you get this angle, that, and then this is straight down. This is bended slightly, 10 degree, and that's 15, let's say, somewhere there. Always take it a fixed point, which is his heel. That's his heel. And then you got that. That's his boot. And I can now bring, so I said this is the vertical bit, which is the manufactured cube, straight down line, and then his boot here. There we are, everyone. Oh. So that is the width of his boot, actually. So let's take this way and make it this way. And then, so get the width going, tip of his boot again, and then you have that. And you have his heel. And let's see, it's darker here, dark on the boot here, darker there, and folds here, 2 folds which are important to put on. Not necessity, but it's good to put on because it gives that movement of. But also you need solidity. You need some more of a stronger points here, which is if it's not there done with a very, very strong line or light, I'm doing it this way. And then see, that's the fold, and then another fold here, and then stronger folds here. That's it. And then the rest, or the trouser, look, the trousers are a lot darker. Well, this is a lot darker than that in the background, so I could give it a little bit more attention to that and then make it darker. There we are. No, I've decreased the boot a lot, or what I can do to make it with more movement, just, you see, move it a little bit towards the right. I might lose that line that I've done previously, but then I'm giving more leeway, more movement basically, by pushing the heel a little bit towards the right, and a bit more towards the right. Okay, the boot itself is here. Well, it's a leather boot, but it's hard to get it to get that material look of the leather boot. Well, what I can do, I can get as close as I can, darken it, because there's no highlight on that. It's a muted color. A little bit of fold here. Now, why I'm insisting so much, because this is the bit of the whole figure, which is more towards us. So I'm pointing out a little bit more there. And you see a bit of highlight here and there. And then that could go a little bit less unnoticed. So what I mean by that is that I'm highlighting this boot more, but this could just blend with the background a bit more. His left boot. Okay. And few lines just to be as accurate as possible. Heel, and then tip of his foot here. And a little bit more on this side of his trouser, which is actually the light or the dark background, and that will help me design the profile of the foot. So coming down here, profile of the foot, this line, not too dark because it just absorbs the light too much. So here we are. We're getting closer towards the end. And then the fold here, then the cast shadow of the hand here on the top of the trousers. So I'm talking about this line here. And here we go. That was too strong. A bit softer. And get this actual line of his trousers here. And then the light on his hand here, look. So don't want to get those two lights the same. You have the light of his hand, which is really, really bright, fingers, and this is not as bright because these are colored trousers. You see? It cannot be the same light as that. And also that's too light, which is his forearm. But then look at that. Look how bright fingers are. And look, that's a lot darker in comparison. That's his forearm. He's got such a big forearm. Then you have his wrist. Oh, come on, computer. Yeah. And then you have the thumb, index finger, thumb, and darker here, darker, and then that shadow right here, shadow of his, I'm talking about this shadow here, talking about this. Oh, 6 seconds left, come on, stop there. See, it starts moving. The second started moving, so I had to stop it. Stop the video. Because otherwise it will move to another image. Okay, a bit more dust here. And work a little bit more on the portrait. His hat moves this way. Here, darker here. His ear is obviously somewhere here. If the ear goes as far as that, then I need to make his jaw a little bit more prominent as well. And his neck. That's it, move the neck. And what I need to highlight is this shadow here. See that highlight in the light? So that mid-tone on his neck needs to be placed a little bit more accurately. That's the shami. No, not shami. Sorry, this is the scarf. Sorry, the scarf. You have the scarf. You have the chin. So move the scarf this way, and you have the chin here. Chin. And some highlights on his shirt. Quite light compared to the background. Scarf. Do you remember we said scarf is brighter than his leather jacket. This part of the scarf, light area. So it's brighter than his leather jacket, which is this one here at the top. Okay. And let's see it. Let's see the shadow, or the cast shadow of his face, head onto all this area, and then you have light only on his hand. So get it going like this, get it darker, and then the only place which I see with a lot more light is only the hand. But also the hand could be a little bit more here. So move the hand from there a little bit more towards the left. I think that's more appropriate. Yes, that's correct. Now why? Because look what I've just seen. The end of his head, down, you bring it down, and it goes right. So further from his ear, move down here, and you have his beginning of his finger. So if the ear is here, that I've said is here, imagine where the hand will have to go. It has to move there. Wow, that was a big movement of features, basically. So again, the hand go up. It's just on the left hand side of the hat, and then horizontally goes there. So horizontally comes here, and then it moves down here. So again, same movement of the hand. His shoulder, forearm again, and hand. His thumb, index finger, middle finger. It looked a little bit weak as a hand, so I'm trying to make it a bit more manly. back again, index finger, index finger, and then you have the thumb. Not getting it. Okay, I'll do it again. Look softer, because those lines are subject to a shadow. They're part of a shadow. If you squint your eyes, you know those lines are really, really weak. Okay, another way of doing it, because I'm not getting it, what I'll do, I will do the general shape of it, which is something like this. Goes something like this. And the thumb. Okay, now that's a manly hand. Better, it's bigger. Get this, before I go to the hand, get this line off because it looks like a scar on his face. So a bit more, it's a bit more modeling. Getting closer to the image. Or as close as possible, because it's such a small portrait really. Get the gist of it, and then and you have the top of his hand, light on his middle finger, and highlight on his index finger. There we are. And a little bit more. Light here. And highlight on the fingers here, the end, the tip of the fingers, which have been lit beautifully here. And that could go away, that line there. And also don't forget his jacket. His jacket has been hanging down here. See? And it's a light tonal value. It's lighter, I'm talking about this. So it's lighter than the background. So, well, the answer is to darken the background. Oh, these charcoals. So in dark here, right up to the leather, and then you have it there. And then you have a little bit stretch of the folds on the top of his thigh here. Now, if you need to give him a little bit more movement, a bit lighter here, before I go where I was thinking, let's brighten up that shirt here. The folds, so they follow the form of his torso. Same here. There we are. And let me see how it looks. 38 minutes, okay. Just over 38 minutes. It's a bit long video, but hopefully you will enjoy it this time, because you can see the original. You can see it in real time. Well, all the other ones are real time as well, but it's better when you see the image. A bit brighter, and then getting the fold a bit more prominent here. Okay, I think it's got a character, and I don't want to lose that freshness it's got now. So, but before I finish it off, I take that as a detail which I think it will help. This one here, that little light here, you see? I think that's good. It will help my image. Maybe yes, maybe not, I don't know. I'll try and do that. See, but I want it as light, not as a dark value. I want it as a light value. Now why? Sorry. Why? Because it brings, hold on, yeah. It brings this pinky, it just defines the pinky more, you know, little finger, sorry. There we are. Okay. And the jacket itself, yeah. Okay. And yeah, I've just noticed, I was about to leave, just noticed that this is too dark. Don't have to do that line so dark. Plus a little bit more on the thigh here. Make the thigh a bit wider. There. See, make the thigh. It's got quite, well, I'm talking about the width of the thigh. It's quite large. Now compared to that, that needs to follow. Well, that's larger or thicker than this, but obviously we know why. Because we've seen the end of the thigh, we've seen just profile here. Okay, so a little bit wider here. And darken the thigh. Belt, folds, and you have this dark line here, and the folds here, and a little bit thicker also here, and get the cube here, a little bit sharper. I think that will help to make that distinction here. Look, bring that line right, well, closer to the boot anyway. All right, okay. Maybe that was a very, very strong statement here, but just willing to change it. And to make a little bit more of a softer shadow here. Just to give a little bit of movement here, you see? And to bring it into more elegant lines, and lines which help me with the perspective. So by doing this, I'm defining those lines a little bit more, again, to give to the viewer a bit more of perspective. And then jacket itself, it's a bit brighter here, brighter. Now that's part of a shadow, so I've ignored this. See that shadow here? Completely ignore that, because that cast shadow is the scarf is getting a shadow here. Well, there. I don't have to do it with a lot of detail, but just to bring that shadow into prominence, because that will highlight the light part of the scarf a bit more, and the folds here. All right. Okay. Well, let me check it closer so you can see. Okay, see you in the next video.